All right, happy Monday, Menomonee Falls High School. I love the fact that Chelsea Frederick has reached out to businesses and said, are you willing to make a video on what you do? And I jumped on the opportunity because I don't believe I'm going to be the traditional business that you're used to hearing from. So my name is Krista Morrissey. I own Choices Coaching and Consulting. And what is that? Well, there's 3 components to the business. And I'm going to talk about those today. I'm going to talk about the who, what, when, where, why, and how of my business and my industry. I'm going to talk about how I got into this. I'm going to talk about how it differentiates from other disciplines that seem to be parallel to what I do. I'm going to share my philosophy and some key pointers. Then I'm going to answer some of the questions that are here that were supplied. And then I'm going to leave it open for you to email me questions that you have based on this video. If you want to set up a Zoom meeting to play with a couple tools, we can do that as well. So, again, Krista Morrissey, Choices, Coaching and Consulting. So I am a life and leader coach. What does that mean? Coaching simply is helping individuals get from where they're at to where they want to be. And that journey in between that we partner on is about helping you discover your greatness, your uniqueness, increasing your self-awareness, and the capacity in you to get from here to here. So that's coaching in a nutshell. So Choices Coaching and Consulting has 3 components. 1, I do life and leader coaching. So what does that mean? Life coaching is about any aspect of life that there is. Leader coaching is about discovering the leader within. How to become a better version of you. And that, both of these play in the personal and the professional role. So my clients right now are 14 years old to 68 years old. And when you look at the younger end, it is, I have been bullied, I have been the bully. I have been in trouble with the law. I just can't get out of my own way. I can't get out of my own head. I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. Anything you can imagine. And then as you go up the age spectrum, the clients I do one-to-one coaching with are anything from bullying in the workplace. I receive feedback on my performance evaluation from work, and I want to or I need to make some improvements. I want to be promotable to the next level. How do I embrace the skills and the attributes I have? How do I become better? It could be what I call pre and post trauma, meaning loss of a spouse, loss of a sibling, loss of a child, a medical condition that individuals are working with. Again, moving from one geographic region to another, wanting to improve in the workplace. So you name the topic, I have coached around it. And there's no topic that scares me or makes me nervous. It literally is about self-awareness. So coaching is all about increasing awareness and forwarding the action. Increasing awareness and forwarding the action in your life. So coaching, first component of my business. I also, one-to-one coaching, I do team coaching. I do executive coaching, leader coaching, life coaching. And here's what I tell leaders and executives all the time. From my perspective, I can call myself an executive coach. But it all revolves around the philosophy that every leader is rooted in a person. And every person is rooted in a life. And I have to coach the whole person. I do not coach to a position. I coach the individual to become a better version of who they are, then take that and step into the role. A couple years ago, a group of parents came to me and asked me if I would coach their high schoolers to be better athletes. My response was no. I will coach your high school student to be a better version of who they already are, and that individual will feed the athlete. If I tried to coach them to be a better athlete, I would fail. So what's the process? What's my philosophy? Okay. First, my philosophy. I believe our path in life is set long before we're born. And in the universe setting our path, we're given gifts. And we're to use these gifts to make the world a better place. And when I say world, I don't mean grandiose world. I mean our little corner of the world, the community in which you live. And in making the world a better place, we become contagious. And those individuals make the world a better place. And so I do this through taking individuals through an inside-out journey, meaning I help them discover who they are. Then once they discover, do they really know who they are? Then how do they grow who they are, and how do they lead who they are? It is first and foremost about you leading you before it is about leadership. And in taking people through an inside-out journey, what I have discovered is their self-efficacy, their creativity, their motivation, their belief in their self just skyrockets. And the result of that is they become better employees with you or for you, better participating members and leaders in their families, and better participating members and leaders in their communities. Hence, my purpose for being here is to improve the world one person at a time by helping them become a better version of who they are. Okay? So my philosophy, my methodology around coaching. Okay? The second component to choices, coaching, and consulting is I do public speaking. I will keynote speak. I will speak at a leadership day at a company. I will speak to academic worlds, to nonprofits, to local communities, and everything as large as a national conference. And I speak on topics that are real, and they're raw, and they're relevant to what's going on in our world. And I believe in getting people out of their seats, getting them active, triggering some emotions, because emotions make us think, and emotions make us reflect, and emotions make us behave and evaluate our life. So I don't want people just sitting there. I want them out of their seats. I want them laughing. Humor is a wonderful way to get people to move in life. So far, two components to coaching, choices, coaching, and consulting. One, the coaching, which is one-to-one. It is team coaching inside of companies. And it is coaching at all gamuts, life, leader, executive coaching. Okay. The second component is public speaking. The third component, which I believe most of you could probably relate to more than any of the other two, is organization development. Companies hire me to come in and help them. I look at people, process, tools. Everything a business does falls into one of those three categories. They might have issues with a team. They want more cohesive. They want more productive. They might have issues with a process that is costing too much time, too much money. Clients aren't happy with it. They might need to redefine roles and responsibilities. They might have a new executive leadership team and they need to get things in balance. They might need to develop a strategy or a business plan that gets them from where they are today to where they want to be. Anything and everything you can imagine falls in organization development. People, process, tools. Now I'll tell you, organization development is a cousin to change management, if you've heard that. It's also a cousin to continuous improvement or lean. It's all about evaluating where you're at, implementing change, designing a process for it, and then evaluating it. So, choices, coaching, and consulting. Coaching, speaking, organization development. How did I get involved in this? Well, I spent 29 years at a local company in your community called Quad Graphics. And I spent a majority of my time there. In the beginning, I was customer facing. I was responsible for the reproduction color of catalogs and magazines with clients throughout the United States. Then, because I was put into leadership long before I was ready, I needed some help. So I reached out to a department that we had called Quad Education. And I said, please help me. I'm struggling with leadership. So, over the course of time, I helped to design, write, facilitate leader courses, meaning I stayed in the space of intrapersonal, inside yourself, and interpersonal, interacting with other people. So I say everything you do on a daily basis is about you, it's about you and me, or it's about us. And that is intrapersonal and interpersonal. And in that space is where there is tremendous opportunity for self-awareness, self-growth, and the ability to be a powerful leader. And powerful leaders have a high level of self-knowledge. Okay, high schoolers, let's get to the questions that you have about the career and what I do. So I'll take them one at a time. Education and training that prepared me. So I'll talk about coaching first. A professional coaching certification through the International Coaching Federation. Mandatory. Or no one will hire you or should hire you. In terms of organization development, you can get a degree in any type of leadership, organization development. Some people enter through human resources. Some people enter through change management. You really get strong in this field, though, through experience with teams and leading teams, conflict, problem solving. There's individuals that have come from healthcare, individuals who come from counseling, school counseling, to get into organization development and coaching both. Okay? But coaching, professional certification. Organization development, a degree, and a lot of experience. All right, what skills does it take? And this is for both coaching and organization development. You need strong intrapersonal knowledge and a skill set. How do you talk to yourself? What do you say to yourself? Then you need strong interpersonal, which is you and me. How do you get along with others? How do you show up? What's the impact you have on others? And then us as a team. You need a high level of emotional intelligence. So that's EQ, which is different than IQ, which is your intelligence. EQ is your emotional intelligence. How aware are you of your emotions? How well do you manage them while you're navigating and managing the emotions of others? Trust. High level of trust you have to create. And then conflict. How do you manage conflict within yourself and amongst others? And so, again, a very high degree of self-knowledge, the ability to listen and hear other people. I have added to my knowledge base and have found it very beneficial. I've been studying neuroscience and the brain the last 6 months, and it relates to the amount of and type of clients that I have, but it's been very beneficial. So you'll learn after you get your degree and start in your career, other pieces of education you can add on. Oh, what makes me excited about my job? The diversity in people, in emotions, in situations. The unknown of the emotions. The growth of people that they see. The neuroscience. Okay, love that. Knowing and understanding that the body has 3 brains. The head brain, which is your logical brain. The heart brain, which is caring and empathy. And your gut brain, which really keeps you grounded in now and really runs the show. I love change. Love it. Get bored very easy. And I love making things better. And so when you speak about organization development or change management, the ability to go in with a group of people, find out where the pain points are, find out where things aren't working, and make them better for them. And if that makes them smile and makes their life easier, I love that. So what other career and industries can I work in with my education? Well, I work in 7 different industries right now. And at one time I was within 9. Literally can take my coaching, can take my organization development skills and step into any industry, anywhere in the world. It just, how big of a challenge do I want? And how big do I want to go? What's the biggest changes in the industry? In the coaching industry in the recent years is the rigor of the certification, because it's a hot industry right now. And other industries have realized, some inside of psychology, some inside of counseling, that their licensure maybe wasn't as strong as it needed to be. So in coaching, the rigor of your certification. And I highly recommend you're not doing anything else while you're getting certified as a coach. In organization development, what has changed the most is it is now becoming part of almost every business, that continuous improvement mindset, that openness to change. Let's find a better way. Where it used to be, it's not broke, don't fix it. Now we're saying, can we fix it? And so it's becoming a way of thinking inside of many businesses and many cultures. And many businesses are now, in performance evaluations, have a component in there related to organization development and change and continuous improvement. So it's important. How did I get my current job? Well, I created it. I started my own business. I am my own boss. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. What is my exact title? Well, when you own your own business, you get to name yourself what you want. And I jokingly said one day to a friend, I am going to be the Chief Growth Officer. She goes, I love that. So it's just kind of stuck. I'm the Chief Growth Officer because I am all about growth. I want people to move from here to here. I want them to grow. Mind, body, spirit, emotions. I want them to grow so much they go out and they're contagious and they have a positive impact on the world. Inside of coaching, I'm at the mid-level, the PCC. So I'm a professional certified coach. And then in the organization development world, I'm considered an organization development specialist. And where that came from, I don't really know. I just think I've been in so many places in the world, in so many industries, in so many situations that there's not much you can throw at me that we can't figure out together how to deal with it. Oh, what do I like most about my job? I love helping individuals find the true leader within, so that they can lead themselves and make a mark on this world. Because it's first about me leading myself, long before it's about leadership, where I lead others. If I can't lead me, I can't lead others. What do I love the most about the organization development world is eliminating pain. There are pain points all over inside of these companies. Let me come in and help you reduce it or eliminate. It's about instilling growth and change with minimal pain. And it's really not about the change, because change happens all the time. It's about our ability to handle the transition from what it used to be to what it is. And that transition, if it's not handled well, won't end so well and might backfire. I love to take a group of people and through hearing their voice and finding out where the pain is, working together with them to make it better, which increases their motivation, increases their self-esteem, increases their satisfaction, which they then become better employees with you or for you. They become better leaders. So what is a typical day? I don't have a typical day, and I have that on purpose, because after 29 years in the corporate world, I had a pretty structured day, and I wanted to get away from that. A little bit of structure that I have is I get up in the morning and I work out. And I am in my home office here by 7:30 a.m. I have a rented office space in Pewaukee that I see clients at, and I can be there by 8:30. So a typical day is coaching. It is having organization development conversations with business or businesses, leading a team, sitting and talking with executives, designing a program that I might use for a speech, I might have for a growth camp for individuals or within a business. It is working with an individual and scoping what they want to coach about and seeing if we're a fit. It is sitting with business owners or business leaders and scoping why they want me to come in so that I then can create an engagement agreement. I do invoicing, admin work. I do networking. I try twice a week to network so that either I can find people that can be of value to me or I can be of value to others. But I'll tell you, high schoolers, it is about networking. And not the old cheesy car salesman network. It is about just going in and getting to know people. And what can I do for you? What might you be able to watch for me? So it's having those conversations and understanding my business and me understanding yours. How much of my day is behind the desk? Oh, a great day for me? Outside. I do a lot of coaching outside, on the trails, in the parks. I'm a big believer if you change your geography, you change your perspective. And movement is important. A lot of my organization development business, it might be done in my office. I might be sitting on my deck at my house outside. I could be at the client and working with them designing things. I move around a lot and I make sure I change my environment a lot. So what are my biggest challenges? Oof, without a doubt, administrative work. There's no fun in that for me because numbers are numbers. I like the unknown, the ickiness of emotions, the ickiness of problem solving. The second challenge is differentiating me from other individuals. There's lots of coaches and they're really good. There's lots of OD people and they're really good. So what would make someone want to hire me? And I make sure that every day when I walk and interact with people, I am a walking billboard for myself in what comes out of my mouth and what people just observe when they look at me. What's the most valuable lesson in terms of the organization development work? Oh, it is about really understanding. My job is to be there to be a facilitator of the individuals finding the pain points, making the change. And they're the experts. They do it every day. They know where to look. I just need to help them give the tools and make sure that all voices are heard because they all matter. So I facilitate the experts. And understanding values, individual values and company values is key. So when you think about organization development and the values, I say over and over again, the values of the company, their values drive the behaviors of the employees and the behaviors of the employees create the culture. So values drive behaviors, behaviors create a culture, and you as a leader create a climate inside of that culture, a climate for those that you lead. And so let's start with the climate and let's start with the culture, which is rooted in your values. What are the biggest stumbling blocks with the young job seekers? Well, I'll tell you, I have a different philosophy. Gen X, millennials, you don't hear me talking bad about them because I believe they bring a freshness, a new perspective to the world. But just like I need to listen to you, you need to listen to me. So I've coached a lot of college graduates in how to interview and how to show up. And here's what I've learned that is missing from some of you young job seekers. There's a low self-knowledge because you're not taught that in college. You're taught a discipline that young job seekers can't talk about themselves, promote themselves, talk about their strengths. You need to know you and be proud of you and talk about you. Young job seekers, there's no perfect position. There's no perfect job. The best thing you can do is get diversity for yourself. Diversity in your leadership, diversity in your role, diversity in your tasks. And it's not about the title. It really is about the task and the experience. So don't worry about the title. I mean, look I'm the Chief Growth Officer. Am I really? You could call yourself anything you want. And really, really listen to this one. Please honor yourself first. Don't sell yourself out. Don't sell your soul to work at a specific company, to have a specific title, to make a certain amount of money. Be you, act you, honor you. Everything else will fall in place in terms of experience, time, money, a title, if that's what you're looking for. What can we expect to change in the workforce in the next 5 years? I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it right now because it's changing. I'm here making a video for you. You're at home watching this video. Right now is a great example. The world is changing. The way we work is changing. The way we learn is changing. And I think it's wonderful because I've been saying for 5 years, office in a bag. I have a backpack. I can put my laptop in there. I can put whatever I need in there and I can go anywhere and work. And that's what it's going to be about. The video conferencing technology that we have today. The ways to connect. We've already been doing it internationally. Now we're getting a dose of what it's like to do it here. And I believe, believes that there's going to be less physical office space when we come out of this pandemic that we're in right now. We're going to realize maybe that we don't need it. That might bring a new challenge of how do you stay connected. And people like me that are extroverts and we need people. Might be a little bit of a challenge. What's the employment outlook and demand? In terms of coaching, it is hot right now. It's a hot industry. Because it's a way to help employees. It's a way to help individuals. It's a way to help teams. And it's safe. And it's not always comfortable, but it's a great way to do it. There is more work right now than there are coaches. That's the dilemma. But, much like storm chasers, a few years ago we had a hailstorm in our area and everyone became a roofer and a sider. They had a truck, they got a ladder, they got a hammer. Right now, because coaching's hot, everyone calls himself a coach. You must be certified. Must be. Employment demands on organization development. Culture, businesses, industries are changing so fast. We got to figure out how we can do it the best way, the most efficient way, using all the talents of all the employees. So OD work is not going to go anywhere, not going to go away anywhere soon. So I sit in 2 industries that are hot, and it's a great place to be. So Menomonee Falls High School students, as you look for a career, okay, there are 2 accounts, only 2 that you need to fill every week. Your bank account and your soul account. And your soul account means your passion, your fulfillment, your joy. Okay? This is not healthy in terms of account balance. This is not healthy. But only you decide what is the right balance. And it will change. Year by year, quarter by quarter, month by month. That's okay. You decide what's important to you. And please, add value to this world because we need you in a way that is unique to you. Be happy. Be passionate. Use your gifts and make a mark on this world. And be kind. Do no harm. Find what you're good at. Engage in it and go with it. And if 5 years down the road your passion shifts, shift with it. Again, you are put on this earth on purpose, with a purpose, for a purpose, and we need that. So best of luck. And again, reach out if you have any questions, you want a further conversation on any topic that I've talked about. Thanks for listening.